Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing part 2 of my night routine, which is putting all the good stuff back into my skin. Like, I'm going to be removing this makeup in fast forward motion, just because I already went through it on my previous video. So I'm just going to remove my makeup, hop into the shower, and then come back. And then I'm going to be doing what I love to do, which is lathering my face with my oils, my serums. I really want this video to be more about everything that I use to prep my skin. That way you guys can get a better idea of maybe what to add to your skin routine or what to remove from your skin routine, if you want to follow any advice that I give you. If you don't, then that's completely okay. I just hope that you guys have fun watching this video, and like always, I'm gonna be chit-chatting about some random ass stuff throughout the video. So let me just remove my makeup, hop into the shower. I'll be back to put all the good stuff on my face, and we'll continue on with this video. Hey guys, so I just got back from my shower, so I'm nice and relaxed. I'm actually too relaxed. I was like double guessing myself of doing the video, but I'm gonna do the video. And excuse the noise that you hear outside. I live right by the BART station, which is technically the subway or the train. I'm not sure how they call it in other states. We call it BART here in the East Bay. I live in the East Bay. I live in Hayward. So my neighbors are like Berkeley, Oakland, San Francisco. Those are my neighboring cities. But I live in the city, the magical city of Hayward. I've been raised here since age 4. And I love it here. This is home, and I live right by the BART station, so please bear with the noise. So let me jump into the skincare routine. Like I said, I do this technically every night. I might edit out a few things every other night because, let's keep it real, life sometimes gets tough and you just want to go to bed. But at least I try to like do the bare minimum to make sure that I do something for my skin every single day. But the days that I come in and I'm still, it hasn't been such a hard day for me, then that's when I actually sit down, get my Arizona drink out, which is this one. I love these babies. These are my drug. I love them. Like, I love coffee and I love Arizonas, like especially green tea, like, or any variation of the green tea, like the green tea peach, the green tea apple. I'll make a video of me drinking all of those beverages with my favorite Mexican snacks, but I love these puppies. So I usually like go get one of those cold babies and I start doing my face, and that's what we're gonna do today. So like I said, I just step out of the shower, and the first thing that I do right after the shower is I go over my face with a cleansing water or a toner and with an exfoliator. So technically what I do is the toner or the cleansing water, that's just gonna give my face one last squeaky clean feeling. It's just gonna kind of give me that little extra push of cleansiness. What I've been using lately is I've been using the Dr. Jart's micro water, which is technically like a cleansing water. Is very similar to like the Garnier Fructis like cleansing waters that they have. I think they have like 3. My favorite one is the one with like the blue cap. I like to alternate between similar products but different brands, because I feel that if you keep using one product, your skin will get used to it and it will eventually stop working the same way that it did the first time or the first couple of times. But if you use something, for example, like the cleansing water, since I used the Garnier last month, I'm giving that a break and I'm using this one. So when I go back next month or whenever this is over, which is almost done as you can tell, when I'm done with this one, I'll go back to the Garnier for Trees, which once again my face will be like, oh, something new, and it's gonna start reacting better to that one. And as soon as that one's done, I'll move on to this one again. And also it'll give me time to save up some coins because this shit is expensive. I'm gonna put the prices up on the screen, so as we go on, I'm gonna be putting prices on screen so you know how much everything is. I'll try to give you like similar products that I use from the drugstore because I do use a lot of high-end and a lot of like drugstore. I never say low-end or like cheaper because I think that a product can be affordable and be amazing. So I'm going to use this. And another tip that I'm going to give you guys is I never like pour it out of the bottle. I always transfer the liquid onto a spray or a mister and I use it that way. I feel that it's cleaner, it makes your product last longer, and I just feel that it works better that way. You have more control than like pouring it and then making a mess. I recycle like bottles of older products that either I finished or I didn't like, but if I really like the bottle and the spritzer or the sprayer, whatever you want to call it, I keep the product and I reuse it by putting the liquid that I usually use in it. So this is an amazing sprayer. So I didn't want to throw it away after I finished the product. So I'm using the micro water from Dr. Jart right now with this baby right here. Okay, so that's a lot. But that's fine. I always spray more than what I should. I like for my skin to enjoy the moment. I tell people that I feel like I'm making love to my skin when I do this. When I do my night routine, I feel that I'm, like vibing. And what the exfoliator is gonna do is gonna actually remove or technically just remove like the surface layer of my skin. It's not gonna like peel my skin off. It's just gonna remove that very thin upper layer to reveal a new baby like skin layer, and that way I can put my serums and I can put my oils and stuff like that, and they could be better absorbed and better taken advantage of from that new layer of skin. There's two types of exfoliators. There's like exfoliators are kind of like creams or like washes with like those little beads or I don't use those because I feel that those kind of like those little beads can be very harsh, or the little grind up pieces of seeds can be very harsh for your skin, especially like if you have sensitive skin. You might be actually doing more harm by like exfoliating with those things because you're technically using tiny little fragments to peel off like the surface layer of your skin, and sometimes those don't really do a good job because you would literally have to go like area by area by area by area and keep doing the exfoliation to make sure that you have an even exfoliation. What I do is I use the other type of exfoliators, which are the chemical exfoliators. What that is it's technically chemicals that do the same thing, and that chemical will go, I'm gonna apply it all over my face with a pad, and then I'm gonna leave it there for maybe like 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna remove it, and then that's gonna give me like that same exfoliation that I need. So now that I have the cleansing water working, I'm going to move on to my exfoliator, which like I said, I've been using a chemical exfoliator, which in this case is these exfoliating pads from First Aid Beauty. So I've been using these exfoliating pads from First Aid Beauty. They're amazing. These will exfoliate, they will tone your face, brighten, they don't have any harsh chemicals, and they are good for sensitive skin. So these pads are amazing, and I really like those 3 things that it says. It exfoliates, so it helps to remove that layer of that upper layer to reveal new skin, it tones. So you know, it helps you with the sagginess as you age, especially for men, because I am a biological male. We tend to age a little bit more haggardy, I would say, than women because we don't have that layer of fat everywhere. Although I'm pretty sure I have it because I'm thick in all places. But it helps with toning, and then it also helps with brightening, which I don't want people to get the wrong idea of that word. It's not like bleaching. It's brightening, which means that it kind of helps to make your skin tone, whichever that may be. You could be a darker skin tone, a lighter skin tone, but what it does, it helps you to keep an even skin color throughout. So like it helps with like blemishes or like sun damage, so it helps with that stuff. So these are amazing, and I use these technically every day. You can use these every single day, which is amazing because chemical exfoliators can be very harsh, and some of them you can't use every day. So let me show you guys. So on one side it's like flat, so I use this side to kind of like apply the exfoliation or the exfoliating liquid, and this one that has the bumps and the ridges, I use it to kind of like scrape it off afterwards. So I'm going to be using the flat one once again to keep applying more product on. And like I was saying, so I have another one from Peter Thomas Roth, and that one I use on the days that I don't wear makeup. So let me break it down for you. I have two jobs. For simplicity, I'm just gonna say that, let's say that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I work 8 hours a day. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I work 13 to 14 hours a day. Technically, I work every single day. One of my jobs is a little bit more where I have to face the public. And that's why I wear makeup 5 days a week. That is my full-time job. And so I have to present myself, you know, visually appealing and pleasant for people, because nobody likes to see someone that looks haggard. And you know, it's good customer service. So that's why I use makeup 5 days a week. And then the 2 days a week that I don't wear makeup, I work at my more chill job, which I can do from home, or I can do from pretty much the warehouse, because it's like an office job at a warehouse. So that one is a little bit more flexible. I don't have to put on my face for nobody. I work, you know, in my office behind a computer. There's no one around. And if there are people around, it's people that I'm very comfortable with. They're like my second family. So I'm just myself. So those 2 days I don't wear any makeup. And those days are a lot more simpler when it comes to my night routine. And those 2 days I actually use the Peter Thomas Roth, which is a little bit more harsh. And the reason why I use the Peter Thomas Roth on the days that I don't wear makeup is because on those days I don't do as much of a skincare routine where I'm putting products on my face and I'm layering them and stuff like that. I just keep it simple. So I feel that because I'm not putting so many products on my face, I can afford to use a harsher exfoliator, because that way it's not like I'm using a harsher exfoliator like the Peter Thomas Roth one and I'm also using like all these chemicals. I kind of do either or, you know what I mean? But the First Aid beauty pads are sensitive enough to use every day, and they help to exfoliate. So now I'm just gonna do the exfoliating part with the little side with the bumps. Fuck, the hood is alive. I'm gonna close the window like in a minute because the neighborhood is more active at night than during the day, for real. Like, I live in the ghetto, or the hood or hood adjacent, however you want to call it. I like to say hood adjacent so it doesn't sound as bad, but it's pretty much the hood. Like, we get tamales and tortillas delivered to us every other day. We have the churro man on deck, and we get about like 7 paletero men, which is amazing because where else do you get stuff delivered at home without even asking? So, just for those people that are like, oh, he's just talking, he probably doesn't even have those pads. So this is the First Aid Beauty. These ones are the Peter Thomas Roth ones that I use twice a week. And so once your skin has been exfoliated, it's a little bit more sensitive, more dry, more raw. It's kind of thirsty. It's asking at this point, it's like ready to like suck onto anything that you put on top of your face. I really have been into essences. And an essence is technically like, mainly it's like plant-based. It's like the purest form of something that is found in a plant or a seed or something like that. And lately I've been very into the SK2, the Patera essence. Now, the Patera essence is from Korea. The SK2 line is Korean beauty. And this thing is really expensive, at least for my pocket it is. But it's so much, it's like worth it, you guys. Like, it's worth the dollars. And I do a lot of math when I shop. It's like the only time that math plays a crucial role in my life, and that's when it's shopping. And I figured out that this is the biggest size. This right here is $300. Fuck. It's $300. But the tiny little one, which is the sample or travel size one, that one is $100. And it only has like two point something ounces, I believe. This one has, oh, it's on the package. This one has about 11 and something. Almost just by buying 3 of the tiny little ones, you would be spending the same amount as this bigger one. And as soon as I realized that, as soon as I said, fuck, if I buy 3 of those tiny little ones, that's like the same amount of money I would be spending on this huge one. And those 3 little ones wouldn't even be half of what this is, but I would be spending the same amount of money. So at that point, I didn't give 2 fucks about the other 2 sizes in the middle. I was just like, F that, I'm buying this one. And I do a similar thing to what I do with my other liquid, which is I pour it into a sprayer and I spritz it on my face. Okay, so what the Patera essence does is it softens your skin. Once again, it works on brightening your skin, which means making it one tone. And it just makes it look a lot more like smooth and healthier and bright, or like shiny or dewy. Like, it gives you that healthy glow that a lot of people strive for. Now, I did find something that's very similar to it from the drugstore. I happened to stumble upon this other product, and when I was reading it, I was like, it does very similar things to my SK2. Let me grab it. So I'm talking about the Dickinson's Witch Hazel. So this one is the Dickinson's Enhanced Witch Hazel. It has rose water. It moisturizes the skin, is alcohol free, also is enhanced with nourishing hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, to help soften, condition, and gently remove impurities. So technically it has all the good stuff. It has hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, it softens your skin, it gets rid of impurities. Just to be fair, I just didn't use the Patera essence for a whole week. And then after that week, I used this little baby for 2 weeks, and I didn't really notice much of a difference at the beginning, but towards the end of the 2 weeks, I did notice that my skin was a lot softer and a little bit more like alive, which to me, it meant that this does work, but it does take longer. SK2 works within days. This will give you very similar results if you use it constantly and you're technically make it a religious habit of using it as directed. I think you can use it at night and in the morning. And this little baby, you can use it also at night or in the morning. But this one will give you results pretty quick, where this one you have to kind of, make sure that you try a little bit harder. Now that my face feels a little bit more hydrated and dewy and recovered because of the essence, now I'm going to be using technically like the main event, the main product that's going to be working the magic throughout the night. This is the Lancome Visionaire Crescendo. So this right here is such a good product. Like, I'm a man in his 30s and I cannot wait until I get to my 40s. My 40s are not that far away, because I'm not scared of aging. I feel that as long as you know how to take care of yourself, you can age with grace and look amazing in any age. And this little baby works magic. So the Crescendo is split into 2 serums, number 1 and number 2. This right here is a 28-day regimen. You use number 1 for 14 days, and then you use number 2 for another 14 days. And then usually what I do is I give myself 2 weeks off of not using this. I buy a brand new one and I use it again for 14 days, number 1, and then 14 days for number 2. So technically what the number 1 does, it almost like evens out your skin. It kind of buffets your skin. It's almost like if it's giving you like a filter. And then number two just kind of like kicks ass. This one literally almost like makes your skin rejuvenate every single night that you use it. It's almost like a reset button every single night. Now number two is a lot more harsh than number 1. Number 1, you just put it on, it dries down. It feels a little bit like tight, but that's it, and you just go to sleep. Number 2 gives you a little bit of a tingle sensation, almost like a lip plumper. It's almost like a plumper for your face. Like, it gives you a lot of a tingling sensation. So what I do is every time I use a Crescendo, I make sure that I keep in mind that those are the days that I do my full on skin routine, which never changes, which is technically this right now that I'm showing you. This is kind of like my Hall of Fame skin routine that I use usually like 3 to 4 times a night, because usually I sometimes on my hump day I get lazy and I don't want to do the whole thing, but 3 to 4 times a week I will use the Crescendo with this whole line of products. And the Crescendo, although it is a 14-day regimen for number 1 and 14 days for number 2, you can skip a day or so, because even if you give yourself a day off of the Crescendo, you still will see results. But the thing is, you have to use the number 1 14 times, and then once you do them 14 times, you move to number 2 for another 14 times or 14 days, and then after that you start the cycle all over again. Now I do the 14-14, and then after that I give myself 2 weeks of a break, and then I go back to doing the 14-14. Okay, so right now I'm still on number 1. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pump. I usually do 3 pumps. Whatever remains, I put it all over my hands, and as you can tell, my hands, for being a 30-something-year-old man, they're pretty thick and pretty looking. That's another tip. Hands give your age away like that. Your hands and your neck give your age like that. You have to be careful. You have to always take care of not only your face, but your neck and your hands. I'm gonna add a moisturizer on top of that to help it lock it in, because if I go to sleep just with a crescendo on, by me moving it's gonna, or if I move or I just like put my face on the pillow will take off some of the product. So this right here is the Weleda Skin Food, and I'm sorry that a lot of my products are wet. I actually keep them in my beauty fridge. I have like a mini fridge where I keep all of my beauty products there because I love all of my creams and lotions to be nice and cold. I use it when I need that extra moisture on my face because it's a very, very, very thick cream, and it does absorb into your skin pretty quick, which I think is amazing. And the good thing about it is that like I've been using it for a while now, and I've always thought that it was an amazing product. But the thing that really made me feel like, wow, this is like a pretty good product is that a dermatologist from a dermatologist that was on the Allure Instagram page literally said that she uses this every single day. As soon as she said that, I'm just like, Isaiah, you know your shit. You probably not probably, you didn't went to school for skincare, but you're so obsessed with skincare that you research stuff, and half of the time, as long as you do your research right, you're on the right track. So I've been on the right track at least with this one. So today I'm going to use this one. So what I do is I squeeze it out and I pour it onto my skin like this, the back of my hand. See how thick that is? It looks like pigeon poop. Look at that, it's thick. And I'm a little bit extra, so what I do with this, I actually use this really fat beauty blender from e.l.f., which I love. And I just use it and apply it to my face, almost like if I'm applying foundation. The beauty blending trick, I got that from the dermatologist. She was using a beauty blender, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my god, that's why you go to college. She's a genius. Like, why didn't I think of that? Like, it's thick as fuck, and a beauty blender is amazing because it helps to kind of like take some of the excess off, but it spreads it evenly. Like, that is why you go to college, guys. So on the days that I'm not using the Weleda cream, I use this little guy right here from Trader Joe's, and this is their, oh, I was gonna drop that shit. Do you saw that? Reflex like Catwoman though. So I use the Ultra Hydrating Gel Moisturizer. So I use this little guy right here that looks like the Ouija board. It has like the moon or like 2 fucking faces on it. It looks like a Ouija board to me though. But I use this on the days that I'm not using the Weleda. This is like a thinner, more gel like moisturizer, but I feel that it's a really good moisturizer. It's kind of let me see, it does smell weird. It smells like, oh, I got some on my lip. It smells like Trader Joe's. Like, it smells like those people that like smell organic without smelling like BO, you know what I mean? So it does have a weird smell, but it's not like off-putting. It does go away. Thanks to my coworker Julie. Hey Julie, if you're watching. This is actually really good and I love it, and I always have it on deck. The next step to this routine is I have to put under eye cream, and I use my under eye cream as my lip cream also. So the same thing that I use for my under eye, I use it as my lip treatment, because your under eye and your lip have very similar thin like baby soft skin. So you don't need to use like a different product for both of them. So what I've been using is this right here, is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Cream. So it looks like this. So I usually grab a little bit, not too much, maybe like this much, and I put it underneath my eye. Alright, you guys, so can I take a moment to vent a little bit? So, like, I was banned from, like, a dating site. I don't know what that says about me. Like, I've never been banned from anywhere. Well, except a nightclub. I was banned from a nightclub. When I was, like, 23, I went to a nightclub. It was, like, my roommate's birthday, and if my roommate ever watches this video, he can vouch for it. All I can remember is that I got into a fight with one of the Gogo dancers. I believe I was upset because I felt that his moves were not up to par with the music, and so I wanted my dollar back. That's literally what happened. I wanted a refund, so I guess I attacked him, and then I got thrown out of the club by a bouncer. And after that, my chances of ever having a friendship with my roommate like dissolve, and therefore any chances that I had making friends with his friends went to shit. But anyways, those were olden days, and I'll talk more about those times on another video. But yeah, I was banned, y'all. I was banned from a dating site. Like, I'm not sure if it was my pictures. I mean, the pictures were very risque. I'm not gonna lie. I was showing my curves. I mean, I wasn't showing any like major body part, but I was showing like my curves. They were very artistic, you know, like they were very like, oh, ooh, you know, very like that. But they were not like you couldn't see any body parts. But also I was thinking maybe like a guy that I know and that I probably like. So there's guys out there that don't have the best opinion of me for various reasons. Which once again I'll get into those on another video, maybe the next one. And some of these guys are on these dating sites that I bumped into. And so all it takes is someone reporting you or saying that they don't feel I don't know what the fuck, but it only takes like either you breaking the rules with your pictures or with your content, or someone like saying like whatever, this person doesn't deserve to be here, and then they just block you. Luckily, I really didn't get much from that app, although it's like one of the highest rated like gay dating apps. I really didn't get much out of it. Everybody there is like young or broke, and I just really don't do any of that. But I still have my other app, which is better, I feel, because there's more mature men there, and they're just more mature, and there's a broader spectrum of the rainbow on this other app, which I actually still have, and I'm happy that I have. But anyways, I was very shocked, and I felt kind of like I felt judged. I felt like I was not good enough, you know what I mean, for the app. But then I realized, like, bitch, because it's an app. Like, get over it. Get it together, Isaiah's. Reality check. You live in America. You're pretty lucky. Reality check. Okay, moving on. So, now that I have my under eye cream on my under eyes and my leapy poos, now I do the last step, which I put my face oil on. And usually I use either the Neutrogena like wrinkle, like there's like a Neutrogena like oil, an anti-wrinkle oil that has like a pump on it. I'll put a picture up. I usually use that one, but I just finished it like 2 weeks ago. So now I'm going back to my previous one that I was using before that, which is the Sunday Riley. This one is the Sunday Riley CEO Glow. So, like I said, I like to like find multiples of a very similar product and bounce between them. That's literally a beauty trick. That's literally like a legit beauty secret from a lot of people that they bounce religiously between 2 or 3 products. Um, and that's what I do. And the reason why I'm happy to be using this one right now is because right now in California it's like super hot, the sun is out, and it's fucking burning and scorching my ass. One thing that everybody knows about me, I always dress like if it's winter 24/7. I never wear short shirts. I never wear shorts. I'm always covered from like neck to toe. Part of the reason why is my body skin is actually very sensitive to the sun, and I will burn. Number two, I hate tanning lines. My pet peeve are tanning lines. I hate uneven skin tone. And the reason for that is that my dad, he worked as a cherry picker when he first came to America from Mexico. And my earliest memories of him is him taking off his shirt and having like the hugest like farmer's tan on his neck and his arms. It doesn't bother me on others. Like on other people I can see it and it doesn't trigger anything. But for some reason when I see it on myself, I almost feel that my dad went through that so I wouldn't have to go through that, like our ancestors, in this case my parents, paid a price to work hard and maybe work lower ranking jobs that nobody wanted to work for us to have a better future now. So I feel that if I have a farmer's tan, I'm taking like 3 steps back. So I know it's all in my head, but that's how I feel. So technically when it's summer, I'm covered from here to my toes. And people think I'm crazy and I don't blame them. But if I was able to get my mom's skin color, because my mom, she's a beautiful like olive colored woman. She has darker skin tone than me and my siblings do because we look more like my dad. If I took more of her genes, then that would have been fine. Because that I would be like looking like a golden goddess, you know, with my titties out, shaking them for the boys, getting my bills paid. But I look like a fucking red chicken if I tan because I just don't tan well, so I just rather not do it. But because the sun is out and it's beaming, I get all these like red spots everywhere, and I need something to kind of like help me overnight to fight those red spots and that redness and unevenness and like little areas where I might be burnt. And the CEO Glow actually helps. It has vitamin C and turmeric, so it helps to kind of like make your skin glowy, and it helps to make it a little bit more even with the vitamin C. So that is kind of like why I'm using it right now. And the other thing that you all should know is that oils do not hydrate you. Okay, you can research this shit. Oils don't hydrate you. Okay? Oils keep you from dehydrating. Alright, so now let me break it down for you like in 0.2 seconds. Moisturizers like lotions and creams help you to get moisture. Those actually help you to moisturize your skin, to lubricate your skin. Okay? Oils help your skin to not lose hydration. So what you want to do if you have dry skin is you want to use a really good cream or lotion like the Weleda. Like I said, that Weleda is perfect for people with dry skin. I would advise you to even try it as a primer if you have very dry skin, and then after that follow it up with like an oil, just any facial oil. It could be like a vitamin E oil, it doesn't matter. As long as you follow that up with an oil, it's gonna seal everything in. So hopefully that made a little bit of sense, and if it didn't, then go back to college. Now that that's done, that's actually my last step, and now I'm ready to go to bed. There you go. That is my whole skin routine. As time passes on, I will be introducing other videos. Not all my videos are going to be about skin and makeup or products. I'm going to be talking about food. I'm going to be talking about relationships. I'm going to be talking about everything under, over, and beneath the sun. But hopefully this is the beginning of a great relationship between you and I, and we can enjoy my videos together. My day by day skincare routine starting with Monday.